Alright, welcome back guys, and let's see what do we have in store today. Alright, so let's see. I am going to jump right down to a 4-hour quickly, and while we wait for everything for the market to open and all of that. I mean, here we see some nice equal lows. I'm not saying we're going to go there, I'm just recapping quickly. Then we've got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and we're taking out all this buy side. There's this red line here, it's new highs, ultimate highs, and it looks like that's probably where we want to go to, but we'll have to see. There's no big news drivers today. There's FOMC tomorrow, so we're not far from that line. So let's just see, maybe we go up to that line and reverse, creating nice equal lows, equal highs, and then we might see something happening later, maybe later this week, or maybe we just do it all in one go today. Alright, so okay, there we get some movement. Let's see here, running these lows. I mean, if you really look at it, these two look pretty equal. So I most probably would mark this out as liquidity and call it equal lows. I'm just gonna call it equal lows, and that's literally just looking at this swing point here and that one. This one is already taken out this low, so we might want to target this low here. Let's see if there's anything else down here. I mean, then we've got so much other, liquidity, and I'm just going to mark this one out, because this is a fair value gap with a swing low that hasn't moved into that fair value gap yet. I'm not saying we're going to go there today. That's something we marked out yesterday, but obviously the market had other plans to go higher, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what the plan is today. Alright, so we close below these lows here, so I'm thinking we might want to go down to this this low, or even the swing point here, which is this 268 level. Okay, so we got a nice fair value gap here. If we want to go use that as some sort of resistance, just bear in mind the market's going to open in about 2.5 minutes, and let's just see where we are from a gap perspective. There we see this big drop down, and we most probably, let's just go back here. Probably just gonna take these lows out, and then we'll have to see. Yeah, this is just gonna go straight to that liquidity. Okay, so we added equal lows now, and if I break this down, we just smash through that, and we might go through this fair value gap, try to fill this wherever we end off yesterday, come back to that. So let's see. Yeah, big move down. Look, there's no point jumping in here trying to catch this wave. You can turn on a dime here and not go there, but I do think we're going to go into this fair value gap, and obviously this liquidity, that's just before market opens. So let's see if we want to I don't know, reverse from here, go higher, or are we going to drop and just continue lower? I still see some people took the sell. I did not get the entry. My entry would have been at this fair value gap up here. Never tested it, so I mean, as you can see now, we're leaving a fair value gap, another one, another one. We're just leaving gaps all the way down. So it's aggressive push down, and that could just be some sort of a manipulation in order to reverse and then, you know, target all these gaps to go and fill it. I want to go, while we wait for the market to, I mean, it is 9:30 now, so let's see. Just want to go back to this opening gap and see where we are. Alright, so there's definitely, if we take this high and, yeah, see, we should take that 50%. See how the candles wick right to that 50%. That would have been a nice sell if you were short to take it to that 50%. And this is at that 236 level. Alright, let me take this off. I'm going to leave that on because the 210 level is 214, 210 level. 236, that's 50%, 210 is right down here. I don't see anything specific lining up with 210. Okay, so there we go, we've got another one here, another gap. I'll mark this whole gap out here. So all this lows didn't fill this gap, so there's an opportunity here. And as we're speaking about it, we've already dug deep into it, into that 50%. Okay, let's see what was that was 27, that's 30. Okay, let's see for the first fair value gap to form here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the side so it's not in our way. So we want to see some sort of a fair value gap to form here now. I'm not talking about these up here, I'm talking after 9:30. That's no gaps yet, so let's see where that first fair value gap is going to come from. I mean, if you really look at it from the swing point here down to here, 50% is here, so this fair value gap up here. So this might create a nice fair value gap in here, invert if it wants to go lower, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so a little gap there, so maybe we fill that. Okay, this fair value gap up here, I don't want to mark all of them out. That was your premium to sell off from if you believe that we're going to go lower. And some sort of a big reaction here. I'm going to take that off because we have not yet pulled any or present any first fair value gaps yet. So far we've filled all the gaps, no gaps. I would not look for buys right now. I mean, we've got strong momentum down. We could see a complete reverse here, but I think we might want to go lower. Let's see if we're on an hourly. I'll tell you why I'm saying we're about to invert this hourly here, and that could give us opportunity to go down to this low here. Just mark this out. Okay, there's a target here. And then we've got a target right here. You got to mark these things out, guys, to build your context and make sure if you're on the right side where you want to go to. Fair value gaps here. Okay, and there's a low right here, so we can target that low. These are all targets, and we'll call it targets. Target. Leave that as target as well. Alright, so those are the targets where I think we're going to go to, and I'm going to go back to my 1 minute and then look for, okay, so this is the next target down here, and so far no entry yet. Okay, so now that we've got targets marked out, let's see if we can get some good entries here, but I need that fair value gap to present itself. It would be nice if it's a up move above this, or to come and test this inverted fair value gap. This orange box here is that hourly inverted fair value gap. So if we go to this high and get some sort of a reversal here, that would be nice short for me to take it down to this first target. Let me know in the comments below what type of levels are you wanting to see price go to this morning. Okay, let me put my levels on here. I'm gonna say 192 level. Targets, we're going to say it's the 192 level. Then we're going to target this 22, what is it, 089. Then we're going to target this 22,042 level. Okay, so those are my targets that I think we could get to, and I want to see that this high be taken out and give us a reversal above here. And the reason I say that is this is the hourly IFEG, and it would be great to see that high to get run to test in that IFEG with a fair value gap, invert that, and then take price lower. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go to an hourly quickly. So I want to look at all your levels. 21, 97, 976, 976. I'm not going to say it's the wrong level because there's some equal lows down here. So I think my immediate target would be this one up here. If we break through it, then I would target these two down here into this fair value gap. I don't know yet beyond the fair value gap, and I need to see what price will do around here. For now, if this hourly candle closes where it is now and it doesn't pull all the way back up, then I think we're going to go lower to this fair value gap area. And the reason I say that is because we're inverting this IFEG up here, this hourly, and then obviously we with that leave some nice equal highs here, EQH equal highs, and that's liquidity for, I don't know, I mean there's FOMC tomorrow and stuff, and that will, you know, leave that open there. I don't want to draw too many lines here. So you're going to take this off, and I'm going to take this off. So now we know. I mean, now price is just consolidating here. Be nice to see aggressive spike up in here and then continue lower, but let's see. 280. Yeah, in this area, because we've got two fair value gaps here in this bigger one. This first fair value gap, this high, is right at a 50% down here, and we could see this test all the way up into this 50% of this IFEG, or the lower bottom of that. Alright, let's see if it's going to give us anything. I mean, there's a little fair value gap up here, but like you saw from earlier, I mean, okay. So I would look for something in this area, this fair value gap. Okay, don't give me an entry again. Amazing how the market will just run through to targets and not give you any entry. Maybe the entry was up here, I don't see it. I was hoping for a retest there. I mean, here we inverted, we never tested it, so, but you could have set this fair value gap here, this entry here. That was the premium, first stab at premium, and take this down. Let's just see if we can get anything here. I had to take my video off there for a second. Network looked a bit dodgy on my end. Momentum is still down, pretty strong momentum down. Let's just see how you want to go above this level here. Could go all the way to that fair value gap, but I can't take trades like this. We just hit this target here, and obviously the next one would be this one down here. But if you really look at it, we went down, consolidate, drop, maybe we do something again, consolidate, drop, and then all of this creates lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. That's all liquidity that's busy building up. And it doesn't mean that it has to go there now. I mean, we've got another target down here, and now it's literally sitting and well, we're taking that low out. If we close below it, I'll wait and see for some sort of a retest and take a small trade and see if we can ride it down. But not if it pin like this. FMC tomorrow, no big news today, so public holiday yesterday. Normally it's not a good thing to trade after public holidays and stuff like that, so maybe the opportunities will be there tomorrow. And I guess these aggressive moves down here is just there to obviously trap people into the downside. So yeah, just be careful if you take any trades. Now I've put a fair value gap here, but there's liquidity here and here. It could go all the way back up and do that actual test that we were looking for. So I'm going to zoom in out a bit and see if there's actually left any equal lows. Nope, nothing. So we get this aggressive drive 1, drive 2, and that could be, at least if we take it a short up here, to target this low. But yeah, we could see that drive down for a third and a fourth time. Okay, let's see, we're going to go through here, if we're actually going to get up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to sell one here. And see if we can get it. And if we actually want to go straight through to the top. Again, if you take this swing, we're in a premium here, that's deep premium up there, so let's just keep an eye. Look, if it doesn't pick me up, then it's fine, but if I get picked up there to this low, will give me about $1,000. Go on. creating a swing point here now. If we're not going to take that high out, I mean, that's your swing point there, swing point down here, and yeah, I would like to see it go into that fair value gap, to be honest. Sometimes you just have to sit and wait for these entries. Yesterday's entries was dreadful, and today we get the moves but not the entries. Right, let's see if we can. Actually going to take this trade off, and the reason I'm doing that is I want to see it reject this fair value gap to go lower. And the other reason is because of this liquidity. This thing can smash through and go all the way here and then come down. And I want to see something get validated there first. Okay, so we did not manage to get to that fair value gap. And that high there and this high now, it's fairly equal, so that's a nice magnet for price. We're bouncing off here, and I don't know if we're gonna smash through these, continue lower, or we're gonna bounce here to go in there and then do something. I can't take the buy here to there, and just with all this momentum down and a target lower, we could see price go, you know, with the same magnitude lower, and then you're going to sit in bad drawdown. I need to see something here. Although, well, let me go back to an hour. Okay, so the hour is just finished. Remember, we had that inverted fair value gap here. We ran this equal lows. We could now see a test and then drop down to these other targets we've marked out here. But this candle, our spike through these lows, did not close below it, and therefore I think there's a deeper pullback coming into this IFEG or this level here, this 250 level, and then see what we can do to the downside. But for now, let's just have a look. And if it runs down, I mean, just one of those things. I mean, you could scalp this, and it's not even going to give you the opportunity to scalp it. Let's see, it's going to go straight to this low. Okay, so you get days where things don't line up perfectly, and just to show you guys what I mean by that, we're above the 50 level, so this is where you should look for shorts. This fair value gap is right up there, so that was your short, but we just didn't get there, and then we see the drop. It's one of those things, and now we've got another target, which is down here. And just to show it again, we've got this nice push down, pull back, push down, pull back, push down. This is the third push. So let's just keep an eye and see if it's going to reverse here to pull back up higher and then drop, or it's just going to drop from here. See if we can get some sort of a sell here. Okay, let's see if we can see some sort of a swing point form. Then we'll try to short it up here. That's your premium for this push down. The pushes are getting smaller. No, same. Great moves from the top. No entries, no entries. Insane. But that's trading, I guess. This black candle closed below this white candle. Probably try a short there, because of the swing point forming here. And then probably target this low. take it. Try to sell one here. See if we can get filled on that. Okay, so I'm filled. Now we want to see a push lower, not push higher. See if that's what we're gonna get. Good to see the next candle after this close below this white candle's low. Like to see some push lower. I mean, this is all in the macro time zone. I'd like to see the price go lower here. I'm wondering if this is not going to go to this fair value gap up here. I think I'm going to take $100 loss if we want to move higher here. Just in case. Okay, so that's a nice rejection there. Like that move. Take out this low. I'll move my stop to break even rather. Because if you want it to move lower, it must move. Right, so I move myself to stop to break even. So even if we go back up there, I can't lose any money. And with that push down, I want to see price continue lower. And if it's not going to do that, it must take me out, because then I think we want to go up to this fair value gap area. I think it's important for you to obviously know at what point you're willing to get out of a trade, when you think you're going to be wrong, or when you think there's a different narrative here where price want to go to a different place first, instead of just sit and wait. Just, you know, trade and manage your risk. Right, so that's me out of that trade, and I do think that's where we want to go to next, is going to be up here then. And then we could go all the way to here, and that is just the reason I think high, broke to high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher in here, and then possibly go for these liquidities up there. Alright, I've put a buy order or buy limit there, and then I'm gonna hopefully we get some sort of pushback into this black candle. Okay, so we picked up on that trade. Now I'm thinking, alright, so we're either going to go here or we're going to go up here. So let's target $1,000. Look, if we get a rejection up here, I'll just close it manually. But this is the first target, is this fair value gap. Just give it some time here. Alright, so price is not, you know, it's taking its time here. So let's just have a look here. Let's have a look here. NQH, just for some people who's asking the ticker for this, I'm gonna actually go through the process of just adding something quick, or add it, and what you'll do is you'll put NQ in there, and that's your futures. But if you open that, the next contract expiry is in March, which is this NQH 2025. So that's the one you'll add, and you'll see it will say NQH 2025, NQH 2025. And if there's a delay in price, it could be because of I've got a paid version. So you pay for real-time pricing. If it's on the free version, it will, I think there's a minute delay on the price. So just check that. Otherwise, I'll have a look. Right, so I'll put it in the comments below. The ticker is the NQH 2025 ticker, and then yeah, your chart should look, or your price should look exactly like mine. And remember, this is a 1 minute chart. Just so you know, and there's no confusion there. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're still struggling, just DM me and I will obviously get in contact with you directly and see that it's set up correctly. Alright, but for now, guys, we still I thought price, when it start moving higher lows here, I thought we're going to go up there, but obviously we want to go lower, and the reason there's a target down here. Price has slowed down because, as you can see, it's moving sideways. But the setup is actually perfect, and I'll show you guys why. You got equal highs within equal highs in a fair value gap. That's perfect. To top that, you got this liquidity. That's another perfect setup. What do you do now? I'm going to take that line off. This is all liquidity. There's liquidity. So there's a very good chance and high probability that price want to go up here. I'm not saying it's going to go there right now, but I do say we've got liquidity up here. I know we're bearish right now, but as for a pullback, I mean, we're taking out lows. If we go and invert this fair value gap aggressively, that would give me, you know, some sort of a good angle to take along here and take it up to there. But we see still, you know, solid candles close below lows. So I don't know if we're gonna see this inverted right now, and we might want to go down here first and then reverse from this point. But then we've got another target down here, so there's a lot of downsides, well, you know, momentum or reason to go down. Alright, so let's have a look here. Sorry guys. So I've got my live stream set at the lowest latency. Let's see if I can. Right, I've got it open here on my. Let's just do this. Playback speed. Put that up to. Sorry guys, I need to check here. I see there's more people struggling with Alright, so I can see, looking at there's about, looks like about 10 seconds delay here on the stream versus my live screen. I actually, to be honest with you guys, I don't know if that is a YouTube thing, but I've set it to stream on the lowest latency here, 4537. I guess we're gonna have to go with those, those few seconds for now. I'll research and I'll reach out to YouTube and see if there's anything that I can do to speed it up, but I do think there's probably always going to be some sort of a slight delay because if it's over the internet. I think what you can do is, if you go on your live stream, just set the playback speed to twice the speed so it can catch up, because maybe the live stream, when you stop and start, that could also stop where you last were and fall behind on that. But yeah. Alright, so I think I'll reach out, but I do think that's probably going to be a few seconds delay, when you do these streams, and then it depends on internet, on my side, on your side, and everywhere else. But I will check and see if we can speed it up somehow. Currently I can see there's a 7-second delay between what I see and what I see on my mobile phone. So 7 minutes difference at this point. Okay, so what I'll do is I will go through all the comments and actually look at all these different things here to understand what is going on. all I can tell you guys, on my live screen I can see price live, and I think to sum it all up, I think there might be a delay if there's a difference in pricing. Then I need to check that out and see. Alright, let's have a look here quickly and see what we're going to get from this. Okay, so just to rewind back, just got a bit sidetracked there. So, alright, so let's see. There is all this liquidity down here, right? So we pump all this liquidity, so there's a lot of buy side waiting for us. Then there's this nice equal highs within a fair value gap. There's another equal high in this fair value gap. Another one here. So there's I think these are equal highs on the hourly. So let's just take this off for now, so we know there's all this liquidity up here. Alright, so all we got to do now is we got to, obviously keep that in mind. And if we see the very first spike down, so like this, we saw this nice aggressive move down. This candle closed below that low, so I didn't like that. If it was a pin and the next one invert this, I would have targeted all the way up here and maybe up into there. But for now we have not seen that yet. So for me, I'm not taking anything at this point in time. So let's give it some time. Price has slowed down, but we need to just see what is happening here. And one thing we must keep in mind, since market open, we just saw bounce all the way down. All these bounces creates liquidity, and that tells people, oh, we're breaking out, going lower. Oh, we're breaking out, we're going lower. We're breaking out, we're going lower. That is a psychological mindset from a retail perspective for people to see that shift, pull back, shift, pull back, shift, pull back, and expect another breakdown. So we could see that, and then the immediate, inversion, revert, turnaround, U-turn, whatever you want to call it, and then we're going to target all of these lower highs that was created. I would not, if we invert this now, I would not take this as a plus setup, and the reason for that is there's like a million candles here inverting this fair value gap. You want to see that manipulation down and that immediate inversion. That will give you a nice reversal, And also why this is not going to be the thing for me is because we've got equal lows right here. So we could see price invert here now and go all the way there and then come down, taking liquidity lower down. So it all depends. If we invert this test, I might take a little bit of a long here. So we've gone there. Yeah, so let's just keep an eye and see what it wants to do here. And I hope price is not going to do it like it did yesterday. We marked some levels out, and we did say because it's a public holiday we're going to grind slowly, but we're going to get there. And sure enough, we did get there, but not in the right fashion. So what you want to do is, if you take a trade, you want to get there as quickly as you can and not sit and wait for hours. Alright, so 11 o'clock is my cutoff for this, for trading in AM. But let's see if we're going to get anything. I mean, if you really look at this, it was great pushing people down through that level to break lower. So if you really want to trap people, think about it this way. If you really want to trap people in the wrong direction, you're going to go there aggressively because they're going to think they're missing out. They're going to jump in. And you're going to pull back price very quickly to the other side. In this case, we went straight down and we took our time pulling it back. So even if you think you were wrong, you had time to get out. And that's not what the market is designed for. The market is designed for to send you in a direction and then reverse, like this one here. There's breakout traders that will take this inversion here. And aggressive up, aggressive down. Okay, well now you're stuck, your stops would be down here or even down here, you get stopped out. So yeah, I would like to see some sort of a push low, below a low, and then a turnaround. Yeah, let's just sit tight and see if we're going to get it. Look, if we're not going to see anything now, we might see it in the PM session. And the reason I say that is because we've run aggressively lower in AM. And now you just have to sit and wait. There were some other opportunities here to sell. This fair value gap. Not got inverted perfectly out of a fair value gap, not that clean, so it's not an A plus setup there. I mean, we were expecting some sort of a test here, we didn't get it. Then I expected some sort of a test here, didn't get it. Yeah, but if you take these swing points and mark out 50%, if you were just a trader like that, I look for more confluences. I mean, you could have made money today. Okay, so let's see if we're gonna do anything here. I don't know if it wants to. I mean, because we already, yeah, I think if we invert here, we might want to go up here. I'll try it. I'll try a trade. But just know it's not, this trade that I'm going to try now is not going to be A plus setup. But it's worth trying. And again, guys, I'm not advocate any financial advice here. So this is a paper trade account, not a live account. And the reason I do that, it's because of because it's not financial advice. So see, price is playing within that fair value gap currently, and then again, if you want to see inverted fair value gap, you want to see maximum 6 candles invert a fair value gap and not 10, 20 type of candles, because you want to see that, like I said, you want to see it manipulate and reverse. You don't want to see it manipulate and give everybody in the world the chance to get out of a wrong trade. Okay, so I'm going to look at the low here. That's going to be something to watch. And then we've got this equal lows down here. In theory, if you mark out all the fair value gaps and you wanted to trade only fair value gaps, that fair value gap went to that 50%, right? This fair value gap up here, this one here. I mean, I'm just going to mark them out. You'll see how the bodies were holding that 50% there. I mean, this is all hindsight now, right? Then you get to this one, yeah, you'll see the bodies are closing above, below, then above, then black below, then tested. That is not what I like to see, what I would like to see, but and to jump into a trade here right now, it most probably will go down, but it's not the right spot to do it. Again, lower high, lower high, lower high. So now you can expect a lower low to form here. I mean, if you really want, you can take a short in this little fair value gap, if it gives you the opportunity. That one there. And you would target the low, or maybe you want to go lower. But be careful, because we at a very exhausted point right now, so we could see a quick move down, a quick move back up. But let's see if it picks me up here. Okay, I'm picked up. Now let's see if we can get even to this low. Okay, so what we want to see now is you want to see this dotted line at 50%. The body stays below that, and then you know, drive down to this low at least, and then obviously if it's closing below that, we might see this low here get taken. Okay, so body is below that, so hopefully we'll see some acceleration down. I moved my stop here because I'm getting close to 11 o'clock, and what I've seen before is 11 o'clock, then price just goes sideways till in PM session. And because we've moved a long way down already, we could see some sideways up and downs. Okay, so if we close above this, I'll just collapse the trade. And the reason I do that is just inverting it back. It doesn't want to go lower here. Okay, so I think we'll go lower because this fair value gap up here, we just tapped into that. And I'll give you an example, or I'll show you guys why this happens. This fair value gap was at the 50%, but the top end. The next fair value gap there, it's best place price for premium if you want to go short. And yeah, but now we need to see if it actually want to go all the way down. But for now, the bodies are holding in that blue block. Unless we're gonna invert this now, then I'll just close it. Alright, getting ready to collapse the trade. Alright, took it out. Okay, so I'm gonna take a buy, yeah. And let's see if this fair value gap's gonna hold now. So far the bodies are still holding. Okay, let's hold. All right. Okay, that's IFEG. Not the best one, but we'll take it. And now we want to target all these stop losses up here, especially this one up here. There's some nice equal highs sitting right on the bottom of that fair value gap. The then that's normally a very nice magnet for price to go to in liquidity. Alright, let's see if we're going to get there. I think price is just going to gradually move its way up to our target here. Gonna candle spot gradually go and make its way up there. Might see some sort of a test here. Into this fair value gap. So now I've got a IFEG with a fair value gap inside. Might see a bounce from them. Okay, so let's see if we can push higher from here. we've got a nice rejection there. All we got to do now is push through and follow through. Okay, so let's have a look here. It's going to take its time, but it's going to get there. It's after 11 now, and we've got its blue block in this IFG, which was a fair value gap. See some sort of a test in there. There's liquidity on all these lower highs, so this fair value gap up here is definitely a target of mine that I think we could go to. I could say should go to, but obviously the market can do whatever it wants, right? Okay, let's see if we can get this up there. Guys, I've taken my video off because for some reason my live stream software is struggling with the stream, and I need to go and check why. So yeah, just bear with me on this. Alright, let's summarize this, and then I think I'm going to end this. So I've got a target up here. Saw this nice push down, pushes down, and create all this lower highs here and lower lows. And now I'm thinking we could go all the way back up to this IFG. This is a 1 hour inverted fair value gap. Because we are bearish, I would like to see this still get tested before we want to go lower. There's equal lows here. There's another 1 hour fair value gap with a low that hasn't filled the gap yet. So those two lines, those are nice targets for me. For me right now, I think we should go up to this fair value gap with those equal highs on the bottom of that. And if we invert that, we will probably go to this IFG and look for some sort of a reversal up there to come down. Yeah, so we've got equal highs up here. I would personally like to see these runs first before we go all the way to the top here. So that's what I will be monitoring today and tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is FOMC, and maybe those equal highs stay there for tomorrow. We'll have to see. But for now, I think that's what I've got. I'm going to leave this trade open. Probably going to move the stop loss to $100 right there. So if it goes against me, $100 down, otherwise we'll go all the way to the top. Alright, that's why I'm going to leave it as is. I will see you guys tomorrow, and again, thanks for your time, thanks for your support, thanks for joining the chats and all of that. I'll sort out the internet and the speed and all of that. I'll reach out and see what I can do to make it better, to obviously give you guys a better view and as real time as possible when we read price. Alright, that's it from my side. If there's anything else, feel free to pop me some messages on the chats below, and I will definitely get back to you, or I'll chat to you guys tomorrow in the next live stream. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.